Women of color, this is your sign to center self-care immediately. Work like hell. I mean, you just have to put in 80 to 100 hour weeks every week. There may be some of you who are watching who feel resistance almost to my message. There may be messages popping up like, oh, I don't have time for self-care. I don't have time to rest. Because if other people are putting in 40-hour work weeks, but you're putting in 100-hour work weeks, then even if you're doing the same thing, you know that you will achieve in 4 months what it takes them a year to achieve. Work, work, work. To the point of burnout, to the point of death, honestly. This sounds very controversial, but we're still slaves. Colonialism taught us to fear rest. Colonialism didn't just steal lands, they stole rhythms of life, connection, and rest. For enslaved and colonized peoples, rest was a threat to the system of extraction. I just want to add how we're still living in a system of extraction. To rest was to resist, but this fear was burnt into the bodies of our ancestors. Rest became dangerous because it invited punishment, violence, or death. These imprints remain passed down in our DNA, manifesting as guilt, fear, or the nagging feeling that we should always be doing something. Capitalism thrives on the lie that your worth is tied to your productivity. It tells you that your value is in what you produce, not in who you are. And I just want to interject the fact that so many of us don't know who we truly are outside of our jobs, outside of our identities. I know who Naomi is now. And Naomi is not the librarian. Naomi is not the worker. Naomi is somebody who I believe was just put on this earth, like all of us, to thrive and to help others to thrive. All of us were put on this earth to thrive. Again, it goes back to what I said, how I honestly feel like we're still in slavery. Or should I say enslavement, because it's something that is being done to us, something that we are allowing ourselves to still be in, this system of where we don't have agency over our time, our energy, our bodies, because we're in a system that forces us to work in order to receive paper so that we can just exist in life. It's so messed up when you think about it, but that is capitalism. Women of color, this is your sign to center self-care immediately. A self-care that centers the health of your mind, your body, your spirit. When I was working in my institution, I used to suffer from acne. I had very heavy periods. I had a lot of migraines, and I'm really healing. And I think if you go back to my video where I was talking about leaving my job, I made that video couple days after I had resigned. I was still processing the trauma. I was still processing the pain. And to be fair, I still am, but I definitely feel more empowered and I feel healthier. I've been saying to people how my cells feel healthier. And it's a strange thing to say, but I feel like I had a lot of inflammation inside me. I say I feel that. I have, for example, an autoimmune disease. I have had this for years, but I've really seen how it may not look like it on camera, but it's less itchy. It is slowly going down. My skin has improved. I do have makeup on, but my skin has improved. My hair is healthier. And yes, that is because I have time now to look after myself better, which is why I'm not telling people to just quit their job. I know that's very impractical, but I would encourage anybody watching who is stuck in a workplace that is killing them, internally killing them, to think of a plan B and to put themselves first, recognizing that if you died tomorrow, your workplace would mourn for a few days. They would send the email, maybe they would, send a collection, but guess what, babes? They would replace you. We are so indispensable in this capitalist system, and it really makes me very sad and angry that our future children and our future grandchildren are going to be born into this system if we continue to accept that this world is the way it's meant to be. This is why decoloniality is so powerful, because it is an invitation to disrupt the system. And I'm actually getting quite tearful and emotional just because, and that's my sink. It's almost like my sink is crying. My sink is crying, but I think about the future babies of this world. I think about the babies in this world at the minute in the global south, Lebanon, Palestine, Congo, who are being this is why it's very important to recognize how you, even by saying no, even by creating boundaries in 2025, it has a ripple effect on the wider world. It's almost like during enslavement, that enslaved woman who said no to her master, yes, they were punished, but there was somebody else watching who felt emboldened. That person went back to others and said, did you see what that person did? People came together and mutinies happened. And I can see that playing in my head. I can really visualize that. It has a ripple effect. There's been so many people who have reached out to me who have said they applaud my courage to openly share my journey. And I say that not to be like, oh, like, look at me, I'm so brave. It's an invitation to also reflect how we all have power to help others. And it doesn't necessarily all the time have to be these external physical acts. When we start to help ourselves, we show others, we give permission to others to also be authentic. We influence others, which is why, the concept of influencers has a really, really bad name. People think of influencers as these, predominantly females who live a very commercialized capital lifestyle and try and push that onto us. In reality, we're all influencers. We all influence. We can all be positive influencers, which is why I'm very blessed to to have this opportunity to commit to being a positive influencer through content creation. And saying this, I think this is a time when I want to discuss my giveaway. So, I'm gonna pause this video because I want to do up the box so I can actually unbox it with you guys. I am giving away this little self-care box to you. In this box, we have a lot of things that I've put together and that I will be sending to anybody who either shares this video with somebody and tags me on LinkedIn or Instagram. Anybody who comments on this video, what I will be doing is I'll basically be looking at the engagement. So those who are sharing, those who are commenting, I will then write down all the names. I'm gonna be so old school. I'm gonna write down all the names and then basically pick a name and then get in contact with that person, ask for their address. And this is open to anybody across the world. I honestly do not mind paying for posting because I think it's very important. So in my little box, we have a number of things. So I should add that this is kind of an individual act of self-care. So we have little eye masks that improve the fullness and elasticity, healing and enriching. They are perfume free and oil free. These contain collagen. And did you know that when you're stressed as a woman, your collagen decreases? Our bodies naturally produce collagen. It reduces as you age, but I also recently learned that stress also impacts our collagen, which is why, have you ever noticed when you're on holiday, your lips look fuller, your skin looks more full? It's because you're not stressed. So I'm giving away in the box these eye masks that have collagen. I'm also giving away these Vida Glow satchels that are also collagen. Oh, this has a little tear in. Don't worry, I'm gonna make sure they're not torn. Yeah, these Vida Glow collagen. I'm going to be giving away this pedicure kit, and it comes with your white toes for the summer. I am giving away this really, really nice bath bomb and this mini charcoal face wash bar and just some sweets. So for a chance to win this giveaway, like I said, all you have to do is just be organic. Just engage with this video. It could be commenting how in 2025 you're going to prioritize self-care, what you're going to do. What does self-care look like for you? Maybe some of my ideas that I do have inspired you, whether it's, you're going to start doing candlelit baths for yourself, and then you can let me know about the mask and the little balm. You're going to start to take more walks in nature to get some sunlight on your face and on your body. And as women of color, especially if you're living in the West, we need to be getting vitamin D. Maybe you're just going to be saying no to projects, to people who just, your spirit just wants you to say no, and maybe you're just going to honor that. Maybe as well you're going to be thinking about your plan B in 2025, and I do in 2025 want to work on my offerings, my Black and Gold education offerings. I'm currently working on my website, and some of my offerings are going to be mentoring, helping women who want to make that transition from a toxic workplace into a place of empowerment, and helping them to think, what does empowerment look like for them? Because like I said, I know not everybody is going to be in the same privileged position as me, that they can just quit their job. But I do want to help people to begin to think that that is maybe possible for them. Whether that's helping them to sort out their social media and start to create a following on social media that they can then market to. Whether that is just to, you know what, it's not always about making money. Maybe it's just about tapping into creativity and joy. Maybe social media is going to be a place of creativity and joy, a bit of a side hustle, but emphasis on the hustle not necessarily leading to money, the hustle leading to enjoyment. So this is just something that I just wanted to offer, and just to say thank you as well to all the support I've been receiving. I will be replacing the purple to make myself, oh, it's blueberry, I lied. This is a sign for me to make myself a blueberry collagen smoothie, and I will be replacing the blueberry in the box. But yeah, this video, I hope you enjoyed. It didn't turn out how I had planned for it. I had written notes, I wanted it to be structured, but it honestly just came from the heart, a lot of what I was saying. And I just want to thank you for watching. Like I said, please comment, like, subscribe, especially if you want your chance to win this giveaway. I promise when you receive it, the bow is going to be a lot nicer. I'm going to take my time. But thank you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Remember, the next videos we're going to be looking at A Woman is a School, which again actually really ties into our bodies being this place of beauty and empowerment, and consequently our bodies needing to be honored, respected, and kept. I lied. I thought I had finished this video, but when I stopped filming, I received some new downloads, and I also checked my notes. There were some key insights and perspectives that I wanted to include and that I hadn't, and I couldn't ignore them. So consider this an extended chapter, a necessary addition to complete the message I'm meant to share with you guys. Capitalism cannot survive if we rest. It needs us to stay exhausted, disconnected from our bodies, and constantly striving. Being rested is our superpower. For women of color, we have the generational trauma of only being seen for our productivity. If we think about when we were enslaved, that was our only value, how much we could produce for the white man. And honestly, I very much see the same continuation of the exploitation of our bodies, the exploitation of our mind, and how that truly affects our emotional health. Again, it's very reminiscent to me of slavery in the sense of the present day traumas that a lot of us are still having to encounter in our workplaces, which is why 2025, being rested is your superpower. Self-care is your superpower. To survive in the face of oppression, you need to be rested. This is why Audre Lorde said that self-care is not self-indulgence. It's actually an act of political warfare. It's honestly how we survive. We need to be respecting our bodies. We need to be putting ourselves first. Under capitalism, Buddhist meditation becomes meditation without the Buddhism. What do I mean by that? It becomes this inherently selfish act that is disconnected from community. Self-care feels guilty. We feel selfish if we say that we need to rest. And that's not by accident. Self-care is actually giving ourselves permission to express our emotions, to become open and honest about what we desire, what we crave, what we need, what we expect from others and those around us. We should not feel ashamed for struggling, for feeling hurt, sad, angry, or lonely. And going back to how many of us are working in workplaces that disrespect us daily. Or if not daily, they disrespect us regularly. And we are just told to just accept it. Oh, but that's just how it is, Naomi. Somebody told me that when I was, expressing how, I was struggling at work. Oh, but that's just the way it is. No, that does not have to be the way that it needs to be. It's the way it is because we are accepting it. We allow it by participating in this system. And I truly believe that I was put on this earth to disrupt colonialism, in the sense of just showing people my authentic self and just staying true to myself and hopefully inviting others to be a part of that journey. So if you're watching this, thank you for being a part of this journey, a journey of thinking about how we can prioritize wellness in 2025, wellness of the mind, wellness of the body, wellness of the spirit. And I'm pausing because, like in many of my videos, a lot of the things I feel like I just channel. I did write notes for this video because I wanted this video to be very structured. So I had planned to talk about the generational trauma that affects women of color and that makes us feel guilty. I wanted to cover the present day trauma which affects us. I wanted to cover the microaggressional experiences at work and highlight how so many studies have shown that women of color, our mortality rates are not the same as white women, and there's a reason for that. I wanted to highlight how self-care is a tool of resistance, preservation, self-love. I wanted to show you things that I do.
Gone so many memories, so to honor that and stay positive, I've made a I don't know what it is, but I made something with my lost files in mind.
She just expressed
herself. My feelings, and to stay positive. So this is in Chinese, and it means stay positive to manifest this positivity.
If you guys notice,
yes.
like there's some
and these
synergy.
Are from Naomi. These little patches.
But I was very inspired by Ida's minimalism. That's why I cut mine out, because it's like a lot of chaotic thoughts, but I'm also somebody who likes to be structured by like order and just clarity, space.
Hand in hand.
Yeah, so we kind of mixed and blended our styles, our inspirations, and I think these would look really nice in a simple black frame in just a nice white apartment like this. But this is just a very wholesome. Many social justice writers such as Audre Lorde, Bell Hooks and others have argued self-care does have a community concept within it. It's not this individual act that is just done for the individual. I think the real self-care is when it's done in community and it then has a ripple effect on community. The kind of self-care when it's just portrayed as the trip to the spa is a bit problematic, because it's like, that's like what, once every few months? No, self-care needs to be a lifestyle, needs to be daily, hourly, all the time. Because we're living in a society that is constantly robbing us and taking away from us. Like what Pat was saying. For many of us, rest feels impossible because survival has never allowed it. Or because the society doesn't allow it. If your ancestors had to fight to exist, to endure violence, oppression, or displacement, your body holds that survival wisdom. Rest may feel like a betrayal of the vigilance that kept them alive. Your body has learned that stopping isn't safe, and the systems around you reinforce that lesson every single day. The systems around you reinforce the lesson every day. So think about the impact of that reinforcement. Think about if we're living in this society that is robbing us, this is why self-care needs to be a constant every day. So in 2025, let's think about the things that bring us joy, creativity, that tap us into ourselves, that pour into ourselves, that can be done with community, that can be done to build community, things that are sustainable, things that are repeatable. So what does that look like for you? What does that look like for you? Women of color, this is your sign to center self-care immediately. Thank you for watching.